What's up guys, welcome back to another video. I just read Out of the Shadows by Justina Ireland and it's a blast. Huge shout out to Disney and Lucasfilm for sending me a copy to review. With that said, let's get into it.
Without the council, and without you.
With the larger works of world building and broad strokes era development behind us, we can enjoy more intimate and taut stories. Stories with more social dynamics and character work. It started with Into the Dark, and even though Rising Storm is just as massive as Light of the Jedi in terms of scope, the character building continued and paced along at the same speed. Out of the Shadows continues this trend and slows just a bit to afford us some more time to get to know a new character, as well as revisit some characters we've come to know from A Test of Courage and Into the Dark. Out of the Shadows follows Sylvester Yarrow, a typical down-on-their-luck hauler who has seen just what the Nile can do firsthand with the death of her mother. She finds herself on another routine haul when she is attacked yet again by the Nile. Luckily, she escapes and decides that this time around she'd involve the Republic and try and see if she can salvage the situation, her ship, and possibly get some payback. The book also reunites us with Vernestra Rwoh, smack dab in the middle of her training with Imri Kantaros, whose empathic abilities are growing and is a cause for concern for not only Imri, but Vernestra, who's going through the woes of being a young master to a Padawan. If you thought after reading A Test of Courage that Vernestra may be too young to be a knight, you'd be right, and she shares that same trepidation. But this story sees her through this journey of self-doubt and coming out of the other end a better knight, person, and Jedi. Because at the end of the day, the titles don't make a character, it's their journey and their story. We also get some great returning characters from other books, and this is what fascinates me and has me so excited for this era. The interconnectivity of these books. Characters being shared across authors, and arcs and stories being a result of artistic collaboration. Something we didn't typically see in the EU, unless the books were all from the same author. But now, the stories connect. The characters exist in the world, and no matter who the author is, if it makes sense that they be there, they'll be there. And Justina Ireland does a marvelous job of giving us new characters to love, as well as reconnecting us with familiar faces we were introduced to, like Reith Silas and Comic Vitus, from Claudia Gray's Into the Dark. Along the way, we get some fascinating Force lore, which I am a huge fan of, with hypotheses that would seem to indicate a certain theory about hyperspace that my friend and dyad Darth Choco has. The world of the High Republic continues to paint a vibrant picture balanced with a shroud of malice and eerie foreboding. Characters filled with such diverse personalities, clashing with each other, backstories and present time trajectories with such clarity intertwining all at once. Out of the Shadows stands as a very worthy sequel to The Rising Storm, with hefty implications, forward-thinking narrative setups, and a story that has very real consequences for the larger era and narrative. All of the puzzle pieces are fitting neatly into their slots, as the interconnected era of the High Republic truly takes shape. With each passing book now with Out of the Shadows, the characters are taking a life all their own, going from having a passing predilection to certain characters, to having downright biases, favorites, and crushes, to now seeing our favorite characters' stories being fleshed out and exercised narratively. While the book does suffer from some pacing issues going from character to character, it never really hurts the overall narrative, nor does it simmer too long in these flaws. It's almost as if Justina Ireland knew that we were going to need a rest stop along the way, much like our main character Sylvester Yarrow, peppering in small tidbits here and there, such as a feud between two prestigious families in the galaxy that make for galactic Hatfields and McCoys. It's a great feeling to have started a new era in Star Wars, and to see the connected universe take shape and see puzzle pieces line up, story threads connect, and through lines drawn out in real time. But of course, that'll do it for my review of Out of the Shadows by Justina Ireland. If you enjoyed my review and if it helped you make a decision on whether or not you should read this book, please leave a like, subscribe for more Star Wars videos, and hit the bell notification so you know when I post new videos. Leave a comment in the section below, and as always, that is the end. On to the next one. For Light and Life, we are all the Republic,